Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about the JoyToy Warhammer 40K Legion Praetor with Power Sword from the Horus Heresy version of the Imperial Fist. Now, that was a handful, so we're just going to say Imperial Fist Praetor. Let's go with that. And yeah, shout out to JoyToy yet again, because when I tell you that they hooked it up, they hooked it up, and I truly do appreciate them. Right? Shout out to JoyToy. So here we are with our Legion Praetor, and what's really cool is he actually has a slightly larger armor, because when you compare him to an Imperial Fist also from the Heresy, this guy's actually bigger. We'll get into that in the size comparison, but when I noticed that, I was like, yo, this is like really dope how they like really try to like make it work, and it's really cool. And learning about this through the Heresy, one of the really cool things is that the Praetor was one of the highest position held before like the second founding, and then I've been reading a lot. If I'm incorrect, someone will always correct me, but I appreciate that about what's going on in the Warhammer community. Now, he comes with a bolter pistol. No, this is a bolter rifle, and it's connected to him, right, via the plugs. And that's one thing about it, like it doesn't come out because it's bolted into the armor. But if you don't want to carry it, you know, you just take it off. But it looks cool in hand at all times. Now, yep, that's buttermilk. And if we want to talk about articulation, we get a nice review of the arms. Now what's really cool is these ones have a little bit more room for growth, but they still are close to like the Grey Knights, where if you lift up, you only get a certain amount of articulation depending on where it is, but you still get a bicep swivel and you still are double jointed. This probably has one of the best double joints out of a lot of the JoyToy stuff, which is really cool, but it's limited by the shoulder pauldron armor, so you have to keep that in mind. Our head has a full roticulation, one of my favorite made-up words. Love the roticulation. This is hard plastic, so please be careful with this, right? But still moves and functions really well. As far as our torso goes, we actually have that nice JoyToy movement. As you can see here, I have a lot of room for articulation here, right? You can even like go over the belt. See, look, I moved it around so much, I popped it out, but not really an issue. We still have our drop-down hips, right? But you have to be careful with the Praetor armor, as it has a lot of, I don't know if you guys can see that, right? But even with the drop down, right? Oh, no, he does not have the drop down. So this is actually very different with this Horus Heresy armor. He's beautiful double joint, wow. But no drop down, wow, okay, I didn't know that. Then we still have a beautiful ankle pivot and a toe hinge. But it's crazy because I thought that he had drop down. So that is something that I have just now learned. But articulation wise, he is really, really dope. Now, for this arm, which is going to be our left arm, if you wanted to go up high, when you are not, if you don't pay attention, it'll bunch here against the backpack, just to keep that in mind. And this is glued in, so don't have to sit there and fret about it boiling out. Like, if you want to peel it out, that's up to you, but I highly recommend keeping it in unless you're going to get a custom plastic cape. But as you can see, you can move the vents around, so that way you can lift your arm up, have a nice bit of range of movement to allow. So now you're looking really good, right? I love this fan. This guy, ooh, wow. The presence on this stuff really, really makes me happy, because the amount of detail that's going into these 1/18 scale figures is crazy. I can only imagine what they would do with like 1/12 scale version of these. It would be insane. Now, as far as our accessories go, we get a nice set of stuff, because one of the things I took off the backpack is that we actually get his emblem for the Praetor as a normal sign of the rank that he bears, right? So now he looks fully complete, as well as the power sword that I mentioned, which I love these because the Warhammer weapons are so big, they're actually closer to 1/12 scale when you compare it to other stuff, because again, these swords look gigantic even next to these guys. Like, these swords are beautiful. Next up, we will get 2 closed fists, so that way he can actually punch his enemies to death even if he's not carrying anything. So he actually comes with closed fists. We will get an opposite trigger hand, because we do have the other one here on our bolter, and then we will get another sword holding hand to go opposite of this one. Last but not least, we will get on an alternative head sculpt for a helmeted head, which I love the look of this. And then we'll see that in the photos. But just in case, we're gonna pop this out so we can see how he looks in our helmeted sculpt. Look at that. Look at that. See, I love the helmeted sculpts. They really make me happy. Can we remove this? Oh, we can remove it. Oh no, it's supposed to be glued in. I've done too much. I wasn't supposed to remove that. So there I go, doing too much. Still happy. Oh my God, this is so cool. So yeah, I've done too much by removing it. We wasn't supposed to do that. So I've learned the hard way. Now you don't have to. But we are now done with our accessories. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the other Imperial Fist that I have so we can show you how the Praetor stacks up next to them. I'm going to put the human head back on because that's the head that came with default. So let's jump into, oh, you also get a stand. A lot of the Horus Heresy stuff, the newer stuff, all comes with a stand. Don't want to forget that. But yeah, let's now jump into that size comparison I talked about. See you guys in a sec. Now we're going to jump into the size comparison. The first thing I'm going to do is compare him to some other Imperial Fist. So here we have Sigismund, and then we have Fafnir Ran. Woo, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do these guys as a two-part review, but as you can see, he is slightly bigger technically, and I'm gonna put his legs a little closer together, right? But these guys are also veterans in their own right, and I learned about them as well. I tried to do a little research. But what's crazy is, right, when you put the Praetor next to Imperial Fist, like regular breacher soldiers and things like that, as you can see, these guys are a tad bit smaller than what you would think that you're normally getting into, which is really, really crazy. Which I think I now have a thing for the Imperial Fist, at least the Horus Heresy armor, because I love the way this armor looks. And then even if you want to compare it to what would be the current day Imperial Fist, it's crazy because they're even smaller. So let's put one of these guys back there. Then this guy is even smaller than those guys. And I assume that this is because they've upscaled a little bit for these new armors. And this is one of the first releases, a 1.0. So I'm assuming that is what part of it is. But even still, it's great to see this size-wise so you can kind of see what you're getting into. Next, we're going to see him next to some other humans. So here we are with a 1/18 scale fellow JoyToy human. Then we have 1/18 scale Ichigo on another JoyToy figure. So you can see just how much larger this guy is. Then we're going to do a Virtuin Hacks 1/18 scale zombie. As you can see, tiny, tiny. But then if you leave out your zombie, right, your 1/18 scale zombie, let's let him have some fun, sit there. Then we compare it to the Primarch of the Imperial Fist, Rogel Dorn. You can see just how much bigger he is than to that of his sons. So it's really, really crazy, right? So then, what else can I use? Oh, in case you want to look at stuff like the Terminator armor from the Ancients, right? Here we are, and they are slightly bigger. I really, really like this guy. He's like, yo, man, you can't see me, but I can see you. And somebody will get roasted. Oh, one thing I forgot to add on, and this is a really cool thing that I forgot. In the back of our Praetor, he actually has a secondary blade. And it's hidden. And that's really cool because I forgot that it was there. So yeah, hidden blade, hidden blade. You might as well call him an assassin. Nah, don't mind me. I'm just being goofing. But yeah, look, whole extra sheath back there, looking really cool. But yeah, this design really does something for me. I really enjoy it. Outside of the Santa Claus mustache. Imagine if Santa Claus was an Imperial Fist. That'd be crazy. But yeah, it's one of those things where I truly have been enjoying this line, and even the little things in it have just been exciting. But maybe that's what happens when you like something new and exciting. You know what? I'll figure it out as time comes on. But I do want to say thank you guys for tuning in, enjoying the videos, enjoying what I do. Shout out to JoyToy and shout out to the Warhammer community. I appreciate you guys. So as always, please be good to yourself, be good to others, and please be good, do good. Drink your water, guys. Later.